right, we got a Monday recap today. So no news today. And we're inside. Well, we basically dumped a shit ton last week, and we're inside a range where we can expect to see some longs possibly back to all-time highs, or if we want to keep dumping down. I don't care. I don't care either or. Just want to see what we do. So going into the day, this is 9:30, this candle right here, right? All this happened after, but we had a SMT with Asia highs, and we got displacement down. So um I was pretty much bearish for the time being. We came down, we get an SMT at this low right here, and we got displacement back up. So I expected this to really just be just a retracement to then go back lower. Um yeah, so let me just drop down lower time frame. Um, yeah, I mean, I'll mark this 5 minute out. I gotta show you this. Um, yeah, so I mean, you only got 1 minute too on ES to check for SMTs and whatnot. Okay, so market opens like right here. We got some displacement down, heavy displacement. I like that. I would want to see retracement right here, and then a follow through kind of. So we retraced to a 5 minute gap, and we got displacement out of that. Uh, you could, if you're confident, you could probably enter there, stops at this high, take profit, probably be at that low, but it never hit. Um, yeah, so basically I was just looking for an inverse rally gap right here, but there was none. Um, so ES did have one technically, but the risk reward was god awful. So I didn't take that. And that wasn't apparently where we wanted to go anyways. Let me just look in the 5 minute really quick. Yeah, so you also have to keep in mind like we do look pretty bearish, but you have to, always see the other side. Came into this 5 minute gap, we respected that gap. And then we saw some heavy, heavy displacement out of that. And as soon as we got to like up here, I want to see what this high would do. Um, yeah, and what basically ended up happening, like like obviously right here, we're very bullish. We come into this high, we sweep this high. We barely retrace. We come into this fair value gap. I wanted to see us come into this 3 minute fair value gap lower. But we were just so bullish we didn't need to, and we got displacement above that high. Now you can take that draw read if you're confident on the draw. I like after this, after we retrace this fair value gap and close above. I thought the London and Asia highs were going to be the draw on liquidity, even though there's an SMT up there. It just seemed like a pretty convincing flip to me. But the only thing I didn't like about this, and the reason why I didn't take any of the draw reads, was because there's a fat 15 minute gap right here. Um, and yeah, like I still was pretty bearish in the morning, and I was just wondering, maybe this is where we flip in this 15 minutes. So this draw read, that's one reason why that, like taking this entry, um, would not have been valid. There was no gap right there. This would have been perfectly fine. I would take this in every scenario. Um, yeah, like 1.7 R, whatever. But then there's another setup right here, right? So we get to like right here, we got displacement above that high. We don't expect to go lower. And ES right here, ES gets a decent retracement. Like obviously nothing crazy because we're so bullish, but like for being so bullish, we got a pretty good retracement. And with this low, NQ did not end up sweeping that low, and we got displacement, like pretty strong displacement right here. Um, so you could take that as in like S&T changing the state of delivery to your target. Like, I don't know. I probably would have held for like a 2 RR at least right there. Probably would have actually just dragged it there and then like a two, would have done something like that. Um, yeah, just me personally. like that is a good trade, but I just didn't like how we were inside of this 15-minute gap. Um, we got like strong displacement, strong everything, but there's always a chance that we reject from there. And taking a draw read, especially in this area, I don't like that. If we came down and we got an inverse for value gap or something, I would take that. But yeah, I just wasn't confident with this. Maybe over time, because I'm still learning this strategy kind of, I will get more confident with it. But yeah, I just want to keep an eye out on these SMTs because even SMT and get like really strong displacement and we're this bullish, we're not going to go back down. So because we have this, right? This is already a protected low because we displaced above that. So this right here is where we'd expect to reject these two for value gaps, and we get an SMT and then that strong displacement. So that shows that we don't really need to go lower right there. Um, yeah, not honestly not mad at all that I didn't take that trade. I'm perfectly fine with that. I woke up too with like a lot of brain fog. So yeah, not really mad at that whatsoever. I knew what I was looking for and just didn't show up. But I'm gonna keep my eye out and try to, find these when we're really bullish, find an SMT at the lows or something and follow the displacement. I'll enter light or something like that. Um, and I didn't take a look at anything else really, but I just want to see if there was anything worthwhile over here. Uh, there does seem like there was this. So we had S&T at those highs. Yeah, you see no fair value gaps down here, zero fair value gaps. Besides this one, we get this fair value gap and get a clean inverse right there. That is a trade I would take. So stops at the highs. And well, let's see what the targets were for this. I doubt there was anything good. Um, yeah, there was like, yeah, we were inside of a 15-minute gap. Um, yeah, so that really wasn't. I actually wouldn't not take that trade probably. I would take it maybe to these lows. That's like the furthest I would go because that's the furthest I'd be confident. Still 1.5, but there's no way I could trade this to a three and hold that because we can reject that any time in this scenario. And then also there was this inverse right here. We sweep all these lows. We're inside a 15-minute for value gap. We get an inverse right there. That's a good trade. That's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. Just because your stop had been so big, at least wait for retracement into the fair value gap, or at least the wick of the next candle. So just wait for the wick to form, for your stops below the inverse, expecting the inverse to hold, and then TP up there. And yes, I'm just sweeping it out there anyway, so we would have taken it out on 1 to 2. See if there's anything else. Mm, this this inverse little sketchy, just because you got that strong displacement up, and then you're getting that slow trickle down. Um, and like it's not a very good break even spot either. So because you can react to any of these gaps still. So really no way to expect this, like that crazy dump. And yeah, everything just looked pretty sideways. So the only real move, I guess, that I could have taken was this right here. Uh yeah, so like even in the chop, I should still look for SMTs or which pair is more bullish and which one is more bearish. Follow the more bullish one in this scenario, and then if you get like a strong close above those highs, like that's not convincing to me really, but it's just because of the SMT at the bottom. That's what convinced me that we were gonna go there. If it was normal like this, like if both assets swept this low, or even we didn't sweep any lows on any of them, and we got that displacement. I would never enter on that. But as soon as this candle got in, like that should be pretty free. After that candle close, you get the wick of the next candle right there. And I have my stops there. And TP could have been here. 1.5. I could have taken that. I don't know why I didn't. Um, just because like I'd rather not take draw reads, but yeah, that's all that was offered today. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have some clean inverse value gaps. When I'm on at least. And yeah, that is it for today.